talk about why you think I'm fearless. I've been on the DocuWorld in Berlin. The last week, it was just last week. And we had a big crowd, 600 people out of 25 different countries, a lot of nationalities. And we also had a guest speaker, also a very prominent influencer on the whole sales business. And he wrote me an email after the show and he said, "Thank you very much for the great event. It felt like more a big party than a business event." And he said, "I've been presenting on many events, but on your event, when after my presentation, I went down and I could speak to people out of 5-6 different countries, and it felt like I know them for many years." And I have to say, he's right. And I experienced exactly the same when I arrived here. It's more like a family reunion than a business event. So, and I'm really happy to be here, and thank you to all of you to whom I could speak yesterday for your very nice welcome. So it's really fun to be here. So this is now our worldwide overall numbers, and I will show you some worldwide numbers so you can take this and compare with your own numbers. It's another record-breaking year, so our worldwide overall revenue grew by 21.5%, so the second year in a row where we grew by more than 20%. So, but obviously, as Jim already said, our success is your success. And I would like to thank you very much for this great achievement. And I also would like to give you a big applause. Some of you who are with us for many years, like most of you are with us for many years, maybe you remember that some years ago we said, okay, it's our target that we need to have more than 100 million euro revenue. Because we said, as a software company in the cloud area, you need to have a certain size, otherwise you do not have enough resources that you can develop the product. So, and at that time, I don't know, we had been at something like 40 million or something like this. Some of our partners said, okay, that's a dream, you never reached this before Max retires, so I'm still here. And we did not reach it this year. So last year we only achieved 94 million euro revenue. But when I think about this, DocuWare will turn 35 years this year. And what better birthday present can you make us than we do more than 100 million revenue this year? And our internal planning is that we would achieve 112 million. And over the last years, our planning accuracy was very good. So please make the best birthday present and let's reach more than 100 million. And I think that's outstanding, especially when you think about many other software companies and you could read it in the press that they have to lay off people, and we are really growing, and it's exactly what Jim said. We think we have a very good and bright future in front of us. So when we look at our new customers, then worldwide we could acquire 3,040 new customers again. So it's a little bit more than we did before. And when you look at this, we could acquire 2,445 new cloud customers, which is a growth of 10%, and 569 new on-premise customers. And obviously we follow the press releases of our competitors, and I did not see any competitor who even come close to this. So if you look at the pure DNS ECM suppliers, then we are by far market leader worldwide, number one. No one else could win more than 3,040 new customers. So also thank you to all of you. This is a real great achievement. And what we also have this year, the first time, when we look at our existing customers, then we have 8,000, and maybe now we already have 9,000, but when I did the presentation, we have 8,700 active cloud customers. So, and we have 8,300 active on-premise customers. So it's the first time in the history of DocuWare that we have more cloud customers than we have on-premise customers. So that shows to bet on cloud was the right decision at the right moment. But I also have to tell you, please don't you worry. Our on-premise customers are super important to us, and we will deliver maintenance and support for our on-premise customers also in the future. So don't think that they are not important to us, because obviously they do a lot of recurring business for us, and we also want to keep them happy. And finally, the vision is that all of them, somewhere in whatever many years, all of them transition from on-premise to cloud. So we don't want to lose one single customer. You notice I also used this chart last year. It shows on the x-axis the size of our customers, and on the y-axis how many we could win it if they did choose on-premise or cloud. And just to make it a little bit more difficult for you, now we changed the color. Now blue is cloud and orange is on-premise. And you can see our sweet spot is still between 20 and 500 employees. But obviously we could also do customers who are much bigger, even more than 5,000 employees. And we also could do customers who are much smaller, who only have 1 to 5 employees. And as in the year before, the size of the customer does not determine if they buy cloud or on-premise. So the product is super scalable, but I think I don't have to tell it to you, because obviously you know it better than I do. And this is also a great success. Where did our revenue come from? And here you see the first time the word quota. So on our sales guys, we measure them on quota. Quota is not real revenue. Quota means for cloud we take a 3 years contract value, and for on-premise we take a 1 year contract value. So that's how we make cloud and on-premise comparable. That's how we see the sales performance of our sales force. And obviously we have a very strong home base, so it's the German-speaking countries, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. But our second market is then the United States, so it's you. So thank you very much for your contribution. It's very nice, but then followed by France, Spain, emerging markets. Emerging markets is all countries which are not named on my slide, followed by United Kingdom, followed by LATAM, so this all the Latin American countries, followed by APEC, the Asia Pacific. And here we are especially proud that last year we could win roughly 50 new customers in Japan. So we think that's a great success. And I can tell you that I learned something very interesting. I thought when you go to Japan is such an export nation, so they send their goods everywhere. It should be easy. You go there, everyone speaks English, and that's it. Now I learned every Japanese guy who speaks English does not live in Japan, he lives anywhere else. And when you go to Japan, no one speaks English. So I can tell you, that's a tough market. This is just the number of new customers, not by quota, but just by real customers. Again, Germany leading, followed by the United States, by Spain, by France, and so on. And the interesting piece for us here is, in Spain now we have more than 1,000 customers. So also there in Spain we are for sure market leader, but especially for our Latin community, that shows that we also have a great success in Spain. And for international companies, when you say, okay, I have a customer and he has a branch office anywhere in the world, so that's great for us, because very likely we can support him in his country, and if necessary, we even have a partner who speaks his language. So this is really outstanding for a small German software company. What did you say? So again on quota, so basically 50% of all our new extension business is coming from new cloud, what Jim said. Then interesting, 25% of our new business is coming from extension cloud. So extension cloud now worldwide is our second biggest revenue stream. Then it's new on-premise, and then it's new extension on-premise. So I said 2 weeks ago that we have nearly the same amount of on-premise customers and cloud customers. But the cloud customers purchase far more extension than the on-premise customers. It's the same amount of customers. So, and I think that opens also a great opportunity for all of us, because it's so easy. Just purchase some additional name license, that's not big money, purchase some additional workflow licenses, and finally it contributes already 25% to our new extension business. So, and when I look at many of our customers, there's a huge amount of people who have a PC, but they don't have a DocuWare name license. Why is this? There's no reason everyone can use DocuWare, so a huge opportunity for us. When we look deeper in the product, then we see number one product is Cloud 15 with 48% of all customers Cloud 15, followed by 45% Cloud 4, 6% Cloud 40, and 1% Cloud 100. When we look at the revenue, then we see the clear leader is Cloud 15. So 52% of all our new business came from new Cloud 15 customers. And then followed already by Cloud 40. So it's not Cloud 4, we have a huge amount of Cloud 4 customers. But from a revenue point of view, Cloud 40 is our second best selling software with 90%. Then followed by Cloud 4 with 17%. And then what's also very nice to see, 1% of Cloud 100 contribute 11% on the revenue side. And just as a reference for you, this is our worldwide numbers, so every one of you can compare how he did with his own business. So now let's come to our very prestigious Diamond Club, and you know it was always our target to say that 10% of all of our partners should be the Diamond. And worldwide we have roughly 800 partners, and this year 78 partners made it to the Diamond. So to become a Diamond Club member, you just have to sell over 400K, or you have at least 2 DACs, and every DAC does more than 100K. So, and now some additional statistics. These partners made it at least 10 times into our Diamond Club. So these partners, they all have far more than 400K. So we made it in the Diamond Club. What's also interesting is that the 8 Diamond partners, so the 10%, they made 50% of our new business. So it's not the 28 anymore. 10% of our partners are responsible for 50% of our new business. And obviously, every Diamond partner then closed more than 20 partners on average. So these are the partners who achieve Diamond Club by the rule that they have at least 2 DACs, and every DAC does more than 100K revenue. And all Diamond Club partners together, they achieved their new business with 69% was new business and 31% was extension business. So you see the Diamond partners do more extension business than what the average partners does worldwide. So because on worldwide, you remember 25% cloud, blah, 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 but the Diamond partners did 31% of extension business. And what's also interesting is that the Diamond partners did 68% cloud. So the majority of the Diamond partners then said altogether 68% of cloud. So now you can see where you are compared to Diamond partners. So then we introduced a very interesting and prestigious customer service champion. So that's obviously super important for all of us, because you know, especially in the cloud business, it's very easy that a customer just stops the contract after 1 year because he did not invest a lot. So if they purchase an on-premise software and they pay $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, they just don't stop after 1 year. So, but if you only purchase a Cloud 4 or Cloud 15, it's super important that the customer is using the software and he gets success. And that's also why nearly all cloud companies have a customer success department. And we also want to honor this, that you take care of the customers, and overall cancellation rate of 5%, so which means a renewal rate of 95%. So if you just calculate this, then customers stay 20 years with us. So but we also want to honor this, and here are the rules. And last year we said your cancellation rate need to be below 4.5%. This year your cancellation rate need to be by 4%. And 89 partners made it into this customer service champion, and the information we get is that when you put this on your homepage, the prospects really like this, and it helps you to create more leads. So also here I would like to show the names, and also interesting. Also interesting here, these 80 customer service champions, they own 50% of our customers. So it's roughly a little bit more than 8,000. So in this 8,000 customers are with this 80 customer service champions. And what's also interesting is 18 out of these customer service champions, they had a retention rate of 100% last year. So they did not lose one single customer. So and I think that's really an applause, because that's outstanding. And what's also outstanding is 35 of these customer service champions, they have at least one or more customers who are with them for more than 20 years. So we have a lot of customers who are using DocuWare now for more than 20 years. Just find out if there's any other software out there, if you know anyone else in your private community who is using the same software for more than 20 years. I mean, that tells a lot of how good you are to support them, but it also tells a little bit how we develop the software. And obviously, as they have 50% of our customers, they have on average more than 100 active customers, so that's also interesting. But that also shows how you can build a very sustainable, very good business by selling DocuWare and keeping your customers happy. So that's very nice business. So what will we see in 2023, and what will we see beyond 2020? And obviously it's already on my first page, and we said this also last time, and everyone knows it. Change will not go away. Change will be even more dramatic than it was in the past. So the world is changing, and we have to see which opportunities does this changes create for us. So I think, especially in our field, we have not to be afraid about changing the world. So, and what's important for us is how does the work environment change? So, and everyone knows it. Everyone currently talks about home office, teleworking. Everyone talks about metaverse. So we don't know exactly, does it come, does it not come? How does it change our rules? How does it change the sales process? And what we also see heavily in the world, and especially also in Europe, is regional migration. So people just come from one country to another. And obviously on the people front, we see that the Generation Z is coming, and they have more and more influence in the business. We also see a trend which was there for many years, but with the pandemic it is growing. It's what we call the gig workers. So people who do not work for one company, and they work project for project for project. We see artificial intelligence, and I just read today morning at 4 o'clock when I woke up because of my jet lag, that the e-learning companies, they are very much afraid that ChatGPT will take away business from them, because you don't need this. And basically change will be faster, but we believe, and I will show it to you, that opens a lot of new opportunities for us if we will try it. Because at the end, what counts for our customers, what counts for you, but what also counts for us. Where are we working and why? And find and keep good people. your business. But that's getting more and more challenging. So I found a very nice YouTube video, and I would like to share the content, but we also will send you these slides, and then I can only ask you to look at this video. I think it has some very nice insights. And it says, okay, the world is becoming more complex. Because before pandemic, you have been in the office from 9 to 5. And suddenly we had COVID. So when people were sent home, and even they were not allowed to go to the office anymore. Then, on the left corner, they work at home, they work wherever they wanted, but in the beginning they worked from 9 to 5. But then suddenly they found out they have to do homeschooling, they have to take care of their children, and it was nice to also do some workout during lunch, and maybe I'm a night mensch, I don't know how you call it in English, so I prefer to work during the night and I sleep long hours. And suddenly, what's the new word? So people want to work from wherever they want and whatever time they want. So, and they say, this creates my best work-life balance. This is what I want. And as people can choose, because there's only few people who are available on the labor market, so now we have to see what we're doing with this. But at the end, for everyone, the goal is productivity. The goal is productivity for the companies, and the goal is productivity also for the people. You want to get your work done. You don't want to waste time. So and this is now where they say, okay, what makes productivity? On the one side, it's the energy. And obviously everyone knows this energy. Many people say, okay, if I don't have to commute, and if I'm in my home office, no one disturbs me, and some companies already started and say, well, some days it's not allowed to organize meetings, and some days it's not allowed to write emails. And this is where people say, okay, that's where I have the most energy. And then they say, when we look at the work, we can categorize the work in 3 pillars. One pillar is focus work. And I guess everyone knows this focus work can be different. It can be when I prepare this presentation, or when you book invoices, or when you code software. So everyone knows this. There's work where you say, okay, it's best I stay alone, no one disturbs me. I'm here with my computer and my brain, and this is focus work. The second part is coordination. So you have to coordinate something in a workflow, in a process. You have to make sure that things get done, and you need other people to do this. And the last pillar is cooperation. So cooperation is you do some brainstorming, there's some conflicts, and you need the cooperation of other people. So, and if you now look at this and say, okay, focus work. Now, when I'm at home, then my productivity for focus work is best. And when I can work flexible, my focus work is best. So, for focus work, I get the highest productivity when I can do what everyone wants. Work wherever I want, whenever I want. So, and this is all the examples where people say, hey, come on, this works perfect. I'm even more productive. Yeah, you're right. But now if focus work is you have to book your invoices, then it's only productive if you have the necessary documents available. If you have all the resources you need. And not for all activities, but for a lot of activities, DocuWare can help you. You know our term is the document group. We are pushing this for many years. This is exactly for some types of focus work where our technology can help. When we look at coordination, so coordination would be best if you would be in the office, and if you would be with the people you need at the same time zone. So now, no one wants to do this. Because no, I want to work at any time, anywhere. So, but then my productivity, if I do coordination, is not very high. And now DocuWare comes into play, because this is really where we can help with our workflow, with our document pool, where we can help people that they are productive in coordination work, even when they are not at the same time and at the same office. So, and this is where we can consult our customers, and this is where we can sell additional licenses. And last but not least, cooperation. Cooperation can only be very productive if you are at the same time at the same office. And this is where many of our partners say, okay, we already feel the trend, because some of our partners are also selling furniture, and they say, yes, companies are coming to us and they rebuild the office. They want to make the office a place where you can do cooperation. And I think there's not a lot of you can do for cooperation, but obviously we have to make sure that people come to the office. So overall, when we talk to a prospect or a customer, find out what his team is doing. Do they do focus work most of the time? Are they in coordination or cooperation? And very likely for one customer, not all the people are doing the same, but there is always a department, and there's always processes where they do coordination. 100%, that's where we want to be. And there's focus work where they need access to documents. 100%, that's where we want to be. And tell your customers, obviously, that technology and products like DocuWare can really help them to be better in this complex world, where on the one hand you want to have the best work-life balance, on the other hand you also need to generate some productivity. And obviously, last but not least, everyone has to learn every day, and we have to nurture our leadership skills, but that's also not something where we can support. So now I would like to do an experiment. Okay? And therefore I need the photographer. Okay? Please join me on stage. So I told you we had also a great DocuWorld in Europe, and we had a very influential speaker, and he gave me a tip, and he said, do an experiment when you are in the States. He said, stay on stage and ask the audience to stand up. Please stand up. And then he said, ask the audience to give a big applause and make it like this. Please give a big applause. So and then he said, take a picture. You can sit down and take a picture. And then he said, take a picture and put it on LinkedIn. And the title is, I gave a speech on document management. And it was so well that I got standing. And this is what I'm doing. So, we have a social media specialist, Marcus. So Marcus is in the background. Marcus, can you come to me, Marcus? So this is Marcus. He's our specialist for social media. He will put this picture now on LinkedIn in the next 15 minutes. And now wait, the experiment is not over. So I would like all of you search for DocuWorld and give me a like. Okay? And then my personal goal is that by the end of this day, I have at least 100 new invitations from you that we link to each other. And I also want you, when you look at LinkedIn and you search for DocuWorld, you see unbelievable pictures, unbelievable comments on our DocuWorld in Berlin. But I cannot believe that you cannot do the same. So please take pictures, post it on LinkedIn, invite me to connect with you and do the same. Because that's the future of selling, and this is exactly what we need to do. And now, last but not least, in Europe, I believe I took a picture with every partner. So I guess it was 300 pictures. So you can do the same. Whenever you see one of my colleagues, and we brought nearly the whole leadership team of DocuWare to DocuWare. I mean, one thing is that they really enjoy the party. But the other thing is, they want to get feedback. They want to understand the market. Please approach my colleagues, give them positive feedback, but also give them negative feedback. We want to know where we can improve, and you can identify them very easily because they have all this little name tag. And I can tell you, we have here, obviously Michael Berger, he will be the next on stage, but we also have here Markus Köhlmanns, he is the VP of Engineering. We have here Stefan Schmidt, he is the VP of Professional Service. We have here Thomas Böll, he is the VP of Marketing. We have here Stefan Chandler, he is the VP of Academy and Solution Management. Please approach them, talk to them. So, because we want to learn from them. So, and last but not least, I can tell you now, my life is super easy as being the president for sales and marketing because I have only 3 priorities. And these 3 priorities guide me to my day and my night. And I hope that the experiment we are doing now help me to fulfill my 3 priorities. So what are my 3 priorities? Revenue, 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 which means new revenue, extension revenue, recurring revenue. Thank you very much.